Hello, everybody. Hola, as I normally say. My name is Mercedes Young, and today I want to start a podcast on the subject of what do you want? I couldn't think of a better time to do that because it's actually December 31st. We are in the brink of jumping into a new year. So with that in mind, I thought, what do I want? And I've been working on my goals this whole month. And I wanted to share with you guys of different techniques and ways not only to find out what you want, project what you want, but create what you want. Because really, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, really is living your life by design and not by default. And as simple as that sounds, that is actually a very, very heavy statement. And one of the things that normally when my children were growing up, I will say, what do you want? Don't talk to me like you're watching the neighbors from the porch. No, it's not a show. This is your show. This is your life. So what do you want is going to be the subject for today, which I think is going to be actually crucial to move into the new year and do what we want to do. And in my book, Prosperidad through Service, you can find this book in Amazon. I will put the link, in the bottom of this podcast. You will see that in chapter 3, I'll talk about being present. But in this case, I want to focus on live your life by design, not by default. So you have to be clear on the life you want to create. If your desire to success isn't specific, or if it is attached to goals that are superficial, that desire will remain unfulfilled. And what I mean superficial, things that really doesn't cause an effort or a goal for coming from you. And that's one of the things that to set goals, you must be clear in what you want and give yourself permission. But the difference between dreams and goals are that goals are things that it takes a conscious effort. It takes work on your part to create them and to accomplish them. And we will talk a little bit more about accomplishment in a few minutes. Be clear and specific about what you really want, why you want it, and spend significant time asking yourself how you're going to get there. But first, you have to know where you are going. But really what you need to know is where you are. Where you are today, December 31st, compared to where you were December 31st of last year. If you did not have the habit of writing your goals or being committed to goals or being committed to creating something, pretty much you're going to have to start from where you are right now, where you are financially, where are you in relationships with the people that you live with, the people in your family, the people in your community, and your people in the world. What is the relationships? Because there might be places that you are not. Like, for example, what we're going on right now, I'm not there, but I do know where I am mentally and emotionally. I want to be at peace, be a being of peace, and make sure that I source peace and that I focus on peace in that area, right? So that's part of my relationship with the world. Am I at peace with what's going on with the world? Am I at peace with myself, starting with myself? So you probably already know at least or have an idea of what it is that you want to create. So dreaming is free. So when it comes to imagine a better life, visualizing your success and dream about your future, go for it. Go for it. One of the things that really ruffles me sometimes when I'm having a conversation with friends and they talking about, well, I ask them, what do you want? And it never fails. And they're going to give me the list of exactly what they do not want. They wonder why is that what they have in their lives. I talk with women around my age that are single and say, are you interested in being in a permanent relationship, or do you want to meet somebody that you may grow old with? And unbelievable, they tell me, well, I don't want a man that bothers me. I don't want a man to tell me what to do. I don't want a man to tell me or what do I need to do, or how am I going to do it, or be checking on me if I want to go out with girlfriends. I don't want to. And you know what? That's probably why they single. I am 60% sure that that's the reason why. Because we really need to be hearers of ourselves. We need to listen. We need to observe our thoughts. Really, be in relationship with ourselves and observe our thoughts. And the reason why I said that is because in order for us to be able to get what we want, at least we need to know what it is that we want. That you can almost feeling. You can almost, it's interesting when I'm watching old Western movies and you hear the horses walking and the jump and the galloping of the horses, and you can almost feel it. And then you see the dust lifting and you can almost smell the the smell of burned wood. I mean, you can almost taste it. Well, that's how we should be about our life. So I will walk you through an exercise that I did for years, and now I'm living the dream it used to be a dream, used to be a goal, now it's accomplished. So of course I grow and make myself have different goals every day. And I will also put a document and a link with the on the YouTube channel that you guys can have something to write down daily, the things that you dream of, your goals, your daily goals. For some people, it's just get up in the morning with energy and being positive. With some people, it's I'm not going to curse today. That's the goal for the day. Or I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm going to exercise, or I'm not going to bite my nails, or I'm going to share 3 words of kindness with somebody. That can be your goal. So I will definitely put a document there that you guys can go ahead and just have that tangible, because when you write it, you think it, you write it, you see it. So it's almost like you engage 3 of your senses. So that should be able to support you to seal it a little bit more. But one of the things that I used to do was create my day. Like really, I created that I had a loving husband that couldn't wait for me to get home. Then when I will then I will park, my car come into my garage, that the garage will open and I will have the music of choice, Clue or just Enya, Aldivo. Those are my favorite. And I will dream really literally that I will walk through the garage and I will hear the steps of my heels. And then I will get through the kitchen, because that's my favorite place in the whole wide world. My kitchen, that's my magical kitchen. And I will get through the kitchen and I will have a glass of wine and somebody that will hug me and kiss me and say, oh my God, I can't wait to see you, and have fresh flowers in my home every single day. And I will tell you that I can even feel the tile on my heels, and it was going to be white tiles, and the walls were going to be white. And I was going to go into a bathroom with white sheets and a thick white comforter, and just take my shoes off and have him just waiting on me and asking me, how was my day? I can't wait you're here. I can't wait to see you. I'm so glad you're here. And that's the life that I live today. I literally come home, the gate open, the garage open. I feel and hear the heels walking through the house, and I get the glass of wine waiting for me. And sometimes I want it, sometimes I don't, but it's there. And the fresh flowers. I have a husband that for the last, we got married. What year did we get married? I think we're almost 10 years married, and I always have fresh flowers. For Christmas, I ask him, please don't buy any flowers, because we got all these decorations in my house, because my home is almost like a Christmas throw up. It's just Christmas. Christmas is here. So if Santa Claus needs to park somewhere, it would be at my house. But anyway, so those are the things that I want to create. And I remember also there was a season in our life when the children were small that I prayed for the daily bread, for God to provide for the daily bread. And I remember dreaming of coming into my home, getting up in the morning, opening the curtains and hear the waterfall of the pool and see the daylight. I love the daylight, and have fresh flowers right there in front of by my bed, and white sheets, white linen sheets. That's how specific I was. And then I found out how much they cost. And I was like, oh my God, but that's what I want. And then somebody bring me my cup of tea to my home and have a tray right in front of me where I can just read in the morning and write and meditate before I get out of bed, and just have somebody bring me the tea and leave up till I get the hot tea. And that's the life that I live. So I invite you, before you write your goals, to really embed yourself, get totally immersed into what you want to create, the life that you want to live, the check that you want to get, the people that you want to talk to, the peaceful environment. And I will tell you another test that I would throw at you. Try to stop and do nothing for 4 hours. Just try. Just humor me. Or 2. Just 2. And if you cannot be still for 2 hours, you got to be doing something or moving, or you are addicted to stress. And that's an addiction that the good news is that you can get off of it. Make it your goal to get off of stress. That probably can be one of your goals. Get off of stress. Just be peaceful. And I will tell you that when you create an environment of peace around you, people will let you know. The world, the universe, God, whatever you call it, will align with you when you make that commitment. And people will let you know. People normally come to our home and say, God, it's so peaceful here. I have people say, is this what peace is supposed to be? You always live this way? Yes, I choose to live this way. It doesn't mean that I'm not running a business, that I'm not running organizations that I'm in charge of. But no, I come from a place of peace. So normally everything that we do in the midst of it all, it feels like the chaos, the drama of life, but we get it done. We accomplish our goals and we have fun and it's peaceful. It's peaceful. So one of the things that I would invite you on my book on page 12. So let's start with an exercise. Imagine yourself getting up in the morning, grabbing your cup of coffee or tea, and sitting in the front row seat to watch your neighbor's life. The children are running around cursing at parents. Mom doesn't brush her teeth. Dad forgets to put his tie on for the most important meeting in his life. The cat is hissing because the dog went to sleep on the cat's bed and so on. It's a house totally out of control. Well, some of us live our lives that way. And what's worse is that we do it by default. So the truth is that we have a choice. We can create the life that we want to create. And there is one key factor to recognize when we're trying to create a better life. Every minute counts. Every minute counts. So before we get into the life that we want to create, like I said, I'm going to give you a form that would be your declarations. We have to declare. We must declare what we want in our life, what we want it to look like, what we want it to smell like, the friends that we want to have. I remember a few years ago, I had a group of girlfriends at the house and we were, creating vision board. And I got a picture of Oprah, Maya Angelou, Mary Kay Ash, the lady from India that I remember, the one that got shot on the bus. I created all these superheroes and I call them batichicas, all these superheroes that I wanted in my life. So I put myself in the middle and I cut all of the heads of all these people and the different things that I got from them. So from some I got wisdom, from some I got strength, from some I got perseverance, from some of them I got endurance. And just having that in my life. And I can honestly tell you, today I can count those friends. I have them in my life. But it was intentional. It was purposefully that I wanted those people in my life because I truly believe that I'm as strong as the people that I have around me. So another exercise that I normally do on the first, normally it's a holiday, everybody's off. I take my phone and I go through every name. And it's interesting that every name, as I look at them, they bring an emotion. They bring joy. They bring happiness. Like, oh my God, I love when this person wished me New Year's, Happy New Year's. And those people, they give me the that, oh my God, every time they call me is to whine and complain and talk about drama and don't want to do anything about it. I either change their name and put him I put Miss or Mrs. Mistake, or I delete them. I just delete them. I block them. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. And I am surrounded by thinkers as well. So I'm very careful with the people that I have around. Because if I remember the first time that I heard that you are like the 5 people that you surround yourself with, and I want you, and I was scary. It was, oh my God, she's drama. Oh my God, he's not his word. Oh my God, he's never on time. Oh my God, she don't really care anyways. No, that was scary. And the beauty of it is that you get to change that. So I'm going to talk about principles of accomplishment because we had to celebrate the little accomplishments as we set up our goals and committed to having it happen versus how it happens or how it looks, right? Committed to having it work versus being right about the way that it is. Okay, this is the way it is and it is what it is. Yeah, you might be right about it, but you can be committed to create something that works. Willingness to give up what I have to get what I want. Are you willing? Are you willing to give up what you have to have what you want? We have a saying in Spanish that says, mejor que nada. It's better to have something than nothing. And I cannot live my life by that. Like going from first base to second base, vulnerable and risk. Yes, you might reach the base, but you may not. But you know what? It's better to try and die trying than just sitting and die wondering. So willingness to jump into the middle of the breakdown. Okay, I know that if I call such and such person, it's going to be drama before it gets good. You know what? I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to work it. I'm willing to be on breakdown. I'm willing to feel uncomfortable. I'm willing to feel the pain because there are places that in order to clean and to heal them, we have to touch them. We have to feel them. We have to acknowledge them and bring awareness to it. to even be able to heal those places. So physical universe is the ultimate guru. Rocks are hard and water is wet. Coaching based on objective results. So what do I want? What do I really want? If I didn't have the obstacle of time, talent, or money, give myself permission to really feel it. And this is the beauty of it. Just like this, the trees and the seeds, right? You put a lemon seed, you throw it, and someone can come 10 years later and they don't know the process and they don't know the seed that you planted, but they see it by the fruits, and you know the tree by the fruits. They are lemons. So you can tell, okay, one day somebody threw seeds or planted the seeds, and now we have a lemon orchard, right? So really work in creating that, working the seeds that we plant, being aware and conscious of the words that we speak. Are the words that we speak aligning with our intention to create what we want? So what I remember when I was dating my husband, and he called me one day, he said, oh yeah, most women are this and this and this and that. And I said, you know what? That is interesting that you said that, because I thought that we were committed to create a loving, joyful, and vulnerable relationship. And what you're saying doesn't bring joy, doesn't build love, and doesn't make me feel like I want to be vulnerable. And he said, oh, wow, you're right. Let me take that out. And I go, erase. So and I think it brought an awareness and a consciousness of, what am I really doing? What am I really saying? So clear vision and goal, focus with a game plan. You have to have a game plan. If you know that you want to be, that today you are 150 and you want to be 130 by June 1st, to check, to have that place where you check the needle and see if you're in the right direction. Now you know how much you should be by the end of January, by the end of February, by the end of March. But have a game plan. I'm not going to be eating so much carbs. I'm going to eat whole foods. I'm going to eat natural foods. I'm going to eat plant. I'm going to eat more fiber. Those type of things that are tangible that you can put an action plan to it. Rate of motion, urgency versus desperation. So when we come from a place of desperation, we can get grabby, and nobody likes that. It's what everybody wants to do when somebody gets grabby. But if we have a game plan and we come from a place of, okay, we need to get it done, and have a sense of urgency so you don't get lackadaisic in the process, desperate, okay? So top velocity coming from contribution versus me and my results. So details. Complete the work. This separates successful from excellent, right? So discipline and persist. There is no substitute for that. You have to be disciplined and you have to do it again. Every morning when I get up, you know what I say? I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. And God, I have failed about 1,000 times, but I got up 1,001. So I'm standing. So those are some of the principles that before you write, what do you want? What do you want? Just put it in writing. Give yourself permission. Listen to those people that are in the places that you would like to be. I can tell you that in 2022, Mel Robbins came to Tampa and there was a women conference. And at that time, I was contemplating a job that I wanted with the city, but I was not sure if I really qualified. And that's the story I told myself. And I went to see her, and I don't know this woman from Adam. I didn't know there was the program who was going to be the keynote speaker, and she was very energetic. I love the fact that she came with tennis shoes, so she looked like she was going to be running, doing something. She got off of that stage. She was walking among the people, and she said something that was like, She said, do you know that most of the people that apply for jobs, men apply there, 6 qualifications, and they only got 2, they go for it, they apply. Women will hesitate, talk themselves out of it, and wait, and give themselves every reason not to do it because they feel that they have to be 100% qualified for the job. But I dare you to go for it. Well, I want you to know that day I came home and I put my application for this city job. Needless to say, I got the job. And it was exactly doing what I'm good at. Connecting, business development, communicating, building relationships. It was just absolutely amazing. And it was, the point with that was that this woman that I did not know gave me permission to go for it. Listen to those people that are where you want, because it's almost like subconsciously and subliminally, they give us permission to do it, to go for it. And it's funny because I always say, oh no, she did it. So with that, I'm going to close this podcast with food for the soul. Okay, something for the soul. And it's called leadership example. Leadership is about living your values 100%. And if it's going to happen, it's going to be 100% up to you 100% of the time. An honor and an act of courage. To many people, leadership feels like walking a plank, and so they too often sell out, play small, and stay safe. Consequently, leaders can die emotionally before they are ever really born. A good leader inspires confidence in themselves, but a great leader inspires confidence in the people they lead. How does that happen? Example, leadership is an attitude, not a position. It is a pioneering spirit that is inspired by example. The problem today is that leadership is being taught as a technique and a model. So as a leader, you must be the example you want to experience. Example is the greatest teacher. It beats the tell them the style of leadership, and also the just freaking do it, the style of leadership. Example moves a person's heart. There is no substitute for example. I always think be that person that you would like to attract in your life. If you're looking for an amazing relationship, if you're looking for love, be nurturing, be caring, be understanding, be patient, be gracious. And when you be it, that will show up in your life. And I'll tell you the gift. If somebody show up in your life that is rude and doesn't care and will not even share a spoon of something that they're eating, there is your gift, a mirror. Look at what area of your life are you being that. And the beauty of it is you get the opportunity to shift that, to give more, to share more, to be more open, to be more nurturing. So many people fear the loneliness and vulnerability leadership brings. The old-style leader was a one-man show who suffered from dysfunctional independence or by myself syndrome and was constantly reinventing the wheel. So today, in our world of global enterprise, independence is weakness. Collaboration and synergy are strength. And there is a verse in Proverbs that say that if a man thinks that he's leading and he's walking and looks back and there's nobody following, he was just taking a walk. He's not leading anybody. So a quick story. A teacher decided one day to tell her class of young children the story of Moses. The children listened attentively. After she finished, she asked, why do you think Moses wandered lost in the desert for 40 years? And for all your scholars, the simplicity of life from the mouth of babes. There was a rather long hush. Suddenly, a boy shut up his arm and said, obviously inspired by genuine flash of insight, maybe Moses was afraid to ask for directions out of the mouth of babes. So a true leader offers a brilliant example of asking and receiving support. With support, a leader can take more risks, take more knocks, and face the music rather than creating the tune. And I will tell you, if you are going to write your goals, make sure that your goals have everything to do with service. And the beauty of it is that you have the resources around you to create what you want to create. And going back to the example of the seed, the lemon seed, a lemon tree will not desire to produce oranges or grapefruit because in the core of the seed, a lemon is a lemon. What you are desiring is not just mere, I just bump into this, I saw this, and I think. No, you're going to watch, hear, experience those things that align with the core of what you were created for. So what you desire and the goals that you want to create were rooted, embedded within the core of your seed, of who you are. So I challenge you to ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And I'll ask you, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? And stay in the question. The one with the answer is the one that gets the prize. So I hope that this nurture you, that this inspire you, and that this give you permission to be the greater you that you can be. Have a good one. It's happening.